All right, everyone, it's Friday, and you know what that means. It's time for Stop Being the Best Kept Secret. Let's get going here. I'm one of the co-hosts, Damon Pistolka. That is Kurt Anderson right over there. We've got Paola Santana, wordsmith extraordinaire, with us today. We're going to be talking about AI marketing strategies. What is your competition up to? Kurt, let's take it away and get going.
Dude, let's do it. How is it? Is it cold in Seattle?
Not really.
Oh, it's not. How about Paula, Idaho?
It's cold. We had our first little bit of snow a couple days ago, so
Right. Well,
which usually it's Christmas.
Yeah. Well, Midwest and East Coast, it's like single digits, man. It is cold. Oh my goodness. So, I think it's a balmy like 20. It's like a heat wave right now. It's gorgeous, but it's but it is ski weather. So it is get your skis, get your jackets. So let's dive in. So Paola, happy Friday. Thank you for joining us. How are you?
Friday. Yeah, thanks. Good. Yeah. Happy to be here. Thanks for having me on the show.
Oh, we absolutely love having you here.
Yep.
And so you've done an amazing job. We've been doing like some competitive intelligence and like not necessarily stalking, but checking out our competitors. You and Damon have been creating some like new prompts and diving in. And I know like it's helped us. Like Damon, we discovered some really powerful things for B2B Tel's website, and you've been finding some wonderful things for client websites.
Paola has as well.
Yeah, Paola. So go ahead and start. If you could just share a little bit like how this got started, this process, and what you're discovering, and how folks could apply this for them, their business.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing anytime you embark on a marketing journey, whether that's as a small, one person team, it's your own business, or just so that you can understand what your marketing team or vendor is doing for you. I think it's always a great idea to start where you're at the moment, because then you can start to track how much progress you're making, what needs to be shifted or changed or tweaked, or just something that helps continue to create momentum and help create some more business for your business. And so we've decided one of the things we want to do for our own personal clients was really to start to really come up with a baseline. And everyone starts at zero at some point, whether it's at the very beginning. Even the people who have been doing this for years and maybe a few months, who have millions of followers or millions of views or generating a lot of revenue, they all started somewhere. And so we want to make sure that we're able, as a business, no matter how big you are, that you can kind of see that growth and kind of help keep that tracking, the KPIs or the key performance indicators or any like metric or those type of ratings. You always want to gauge where you're at, and it's just healthy to do that as a business. I think we all learn that at some point in our business. We need to know how healthy we are, and the same goes for our online visibility. So Damon and I, we've been working on creating a prompt using ChatGPT and AI to help us do this, and the results have been really, really good. You always have that little asterisk afterwards that you want to always make sure and double check that the numbers are correct. I always take it as a grain of salt, because you're letting AI do the work, and we should really be doing some of it ourselves, just so that we can make sure that it's giving us the right output. It's not giving us inaccurate information. And we always want to create based on reality, not something that's made up either by ourselves or the AI system. And so we've had some really great results from it, and just seeing where our clients are at online. And I think the main point for this is that as AI is becoming now very prevalent in all of our lives, no matter what we do to hide under our beds and not come up, like it's going to be part of our processes or business somehow, whether it's just showing up in AI results and search results. That's going to become even a bigger, something to keep in mind and track. And so this is really why we started it, was to combine those two, getting results for our clients, but also how do we have them show up and ourselves show up online on a AI bot search engine.
Well done. Damon, your thoughts, and you're calling it a visibility report. What's your takeaway?
Well, this all started with, we've always been looking at things like, visitors, where they're coming from on a website and those kind of things. But as we started into 2025, and now that we're going into 2026, visibility in AI is becoming more and more. You know, a lot of clicks are not straight through clicks, and the whole buyer's journey is changing because we're getting answers instead of getting served up a bunch of URLs that are going to potentially give us information that can answer our question, right? So now ChatGPT, AI enhanced browsers, like if you got Gemini and Google, it's trying just to answer your question there. So you've done a good job, Kurt, with creating content to help companies get up into that AI to be part of the answer. And I was really, after reading some more articles about it and understanding how much that's really affecting businesses and visibility, because if you look, it's taken away slots for URLs to be listed and everything else. So you look at that and go, okay, that being visible there is pretty important. And then we backed up and went, okay, how can we measure that visibility somehow? And why not ask ChatGPT to try it? And that's really where the interest came and the idea came from. And as Paola has said, we get good general information that really does allow you to compare yourself to competitors, allow you to compare yourself just from past to now, if you can do that. And it gives you some generally good suggestions to move forward. So that was really the powerful insights that we're seeing from it now. That's helping us.
Yeah, I love it. Paola, what do you want to add to that?
No, not much. I think that's what kind of everything I already said, and then what Damon was saying too. You're basically asking it to check itself to see how your client or yourself would show up on it, and that's really what the value of the prompt is. Like, I'm not, to transparency, I am not an AI fan, but it does help for us to run up and catch up with the expertise of our clients. It helps us to kind of get some of them have been doing this for years and decades, and so me coming in at 25 years of age, right, I have a lot of living to go. But it's a really good tool. It's a great way for us to catch up to our clients and their knowledge and their expertise and their base. And so that's really why I lean on AI, is to help with that process and help us to really see what AI sees about them.
Right. Yeah. Go ahead, Damon.
And I really think as we work in this more, it's what we're going to end up with is some sort of combination between AI doing its review of everything it can see, and then other things like Google Search Console or other, maybe even an API interface, or manually getting data from those places to really measure that more succinctly. But the AI part of it is huge for that first step and really understanding some great things that you can do right out of the box.
Yeah, and we even discovered, like, on our very own website, we had a pretty significant challenge issue, and that visibility report pointed it out immediately, and so we could start taking actions to correct that.
Yeah, and the one thing it's really good at that I've been pretty consistently happy with is that when you look at competitors, it does a really good job of going, okay, here's where you're at, and then goes and looks at the other people that you're comparing yourself to. It does a pretty good comparison. I mean, it might not be exactly, I've got this many index pages or something like that, but the overall comparison is pretty strong. What do you think about that, Paula? You've done it on a few now.
Yeah, so I don't really get the index things. It's more of a surface level of like the content that's already being produced by you and then your competitors. And so what I really like about it, kind of like reviewing just a little bit of what we've done it for our clients, is it gives you these like takeaway moments of like, this is what they're doing, this is what you're doing, and this client or your business is really prime to, if you do this or if you do more of it, or I really like the suggestions it gives it. Now, again, like, it's AI and it's telling you what it thinks, but it doesn't hurt to try, right? If something isn't working for the business and you need something to start creating momentum, it really giving you that really insightful look of like, hey, try something different. See if this is going to make a difference for your business. And I think in one of our clients at the very end of all of this, like, I don't know, is it 13 pages sometimes, like 15, 20 pages of just analysis. And it just says like, hey, by the way, guess what? AI is getting better. You need to make sure that you are leaning on your experts within your business, because that is, the AI is getting smart enough to know if you're pulling content from different areas online to create a blog, or are you actually leaning into the experts in your own business? Are you actually being thought leaders? And so one of the processes that we offer our clients is doing those SME interviews, those subject matter expert interviews, and we're creating content from the actual experts. And so AI is recognizing you're not just collecting information and curating it, you are actually getting it from people who've done this for either decades or for a long period of time, that they can be considered experts.
Yeah. Those insights that you just talked about are great, because it really does help us then too, for the SME interviews, structure better questions that are deeper in knowledge base, so that when you hear, you know, a Susan talking about something in depth that's 3 levels deep in something, and we're doing an SME interview on that, it really comes out in the content generated from it that they know what they're talking about. That's an awesome point, because AI is looking for that depth of knowledge.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah. And I love what, Paola, you mentioned about like the thought leadership, because like, so, and the thing is, so many entrepreneurs, they when they hear that phrase, they're just like, you know, I just been doing this for 20 years. I just been doing it for 30 years. Like, they don't realize the wealth of incredible information, expertise, passion that they have about their product and solutions. And, you know, don't realize that, like, geez, we just need to extract that to get that out there. Right.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, well, we're going to start winding down. So on, you know what, I'm going to show, since it is football season, and I know Paul's not a big football fan, but I'm going to show a quick little analogy. So Damon, remember the other day we were chatting about the New York Jets?
Yep.
So, hey, on our little software tool, the digital game plan, we actually have a tab where you can diagnose. So if you're a New York Jets fan out there, and if you're a Jets fan, who do you hate, Damon? Who do you like? How about these guys? Right.
Yep.
And dreaded Patriots, right? So this tool, what it does, it actually pulls like a SWOT, you know, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And, you know, like, hey, what are some weaknesses that New England Patriots? I don't know if New England has any weaknesses this year, David. They look pretty darn good this year. Man, is anybody getting tired of the Patriots? Like, haven't they been around way too long? But I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Paola, what's your takeaway?
I don't care.
You know,
I don't care who wins.
She could care less.
I'm Team USA. That's it.
That's right. That's right. Now, Damon, if we're talking about the Philadelphia Eagles, what do we have right there? Right, recent Super Bowl win. Right.
Yeah.
Highly engaged and passionate fan base. Their fan base is so passionate they were booing them last week. Right.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's anyway, a hard place to play.
But that tool is just super helpful, because what it does, and so as a matter of fact, I was just on a client call Wednesday and pulled up the tool, and the guy like, that's our hated enemy, that's our hated competitor. You know, I know, hey, Paul, as Christians, we shouldn't say hate, right? But we strongly dislike them, right? How's that? But just teasing. But so anyway, it's just a great opportunity to get out there and like, hey, you know, I think, and we also, Paola, we have a client that sometimes we feel like we get a little too close or too obsessed with what the competition is doing, where I think it's good to be in tune. Well, let's close out on that. I think it's good to be in tune with your competition, but we just want to be kind of mindful. I don't know. Do you have any insight as far as like, what's a healthy boundary as far as like studying competition as opposed to like getting too deep?
I think it's like any marketing strategy or tactic or business thing you're going to do for your business is, you just have to find that balance. You want to see what they're doing, but at the same time, like, you don't want to just, when you start to compare yourself too much, you get into that comparison paralysis and you try to be something that maybe something similar. But the truth is like, you know, your business, you don't know what the behind the business of that business, unless you know, maybe we're partners at one point and you kind of knew what the behind the scenes are, but really it should be your lane, and you shouldn't be afraid to try something different. It doesn't hurt to see what they're doing. And maybe be a little bit sneaky and try to say, okay, they're doing that, maybe do the opposite to kind of grab their customers. But you always want to be a balance, as a person of faith, you always want to have integrity. For me personally, that's where my integrity comes from, my work ethic comes from. And even if if you're not a faith, like there should still be some type of business ethic. So always keep that in mind. However, it's not a bad thing to check out your competition. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Just don't get caught in the weeds of like, I have to copy exactly what they're doing. Obviously, there's some strategy for like copying hooks and trending audios and things like that on a social media based marketing tactic type of situation. But it's okay to be yourself and be unique and to stand out. The people you are speaking to. If you're going through like our framework, the digital game plan, then you already know who you're speaking to. And so you can almost instantly say like, you know what, I don't care what they're doing. I'm focusing on the people that I need to help and what they need.
Drop the mic. That is
Yep.
Phenomenal, man. I tell you, you always bring it's a master class when we have Paola. Damon, any words of wisdom, parting thoughts, anything that you want to share?
No, I think the main thing is you should be aware that search is changing, and AI can help you at least generally understand how it's changing in your industry and how it's stacking up for you and the others in your industry.
Exactly. Paola, words of wisdom, parting thoughts as we go out?
No, I would just say like if you guys want to do something on your own, like as for people who are watching or who are listening in, utilize those chats, those chat bots. I like to call them chat mates, right? That's my buzzword. I'm coining that phrase. Maybe I'm not the only one who says it, but just ask it, like ask those questions, put in your own prompt, come up with your own prompt, like help me, here's my business, this is what we do, these are my competitors, give me like how are they showing up, how am I showing up to them, how am I showing up compared to them, and see what it says. Like, again, you want to always take it with a grain of salt. You want to take the information, dig into it, and that's how I would just say that's how you can start to do it yourself as well.
Love it. Awesome. All right. We're going to close out for today. So Paola, hey, I want a big round of applause for Paola. Just absolutely crushing it. Thank you, Paola. Appreciate you always. Damon,
you
want to close us out too?
All right, everyone. Thanks for being here today. We can see you were out there listening to us. Thanks for showing up, stopping by, listening. If you got into this late, go back to the beginning and start over, because we did share some things that you may want to learn about and using AI to help you really understand how you are comparing to your competitors online. Thanks, everyone. We'll be back again next week. Have a great one.
See you.